Welcome to Mongo's Masterpiece Theater. For this evening's fare, I have compiled all the videos that we've done of Aggie, the 1986 F-150 that Kenneth daily drives. So please grab your favorite drink, sit back and relax and watch the show. KJ and I are headed out early this morning here. KJ's looking for a daily driver at this point, so we are going to look at a 1986 F-150 two-wheel drive.
Still you, looking for a fallback, always on the wrong track, trying to find a way around the truth. Lost a lot of faith in finding my forever.
So here we are in downtown Belleville, Ohio, where we just purchased 1986 F-150 two-wheel drive, 302 fuel injector. Truck has 78,000 original miles on it and came from Georgia. It was originally purchased in West Virginia and then moved to Georgia and stayed there for the extent of its life. And now it is Kenneth's. There's our original miles, cruise control, air conditioning. Put a floor shifter in it because the whatchamacallit broke off of the column. The seat is still in really good shape. It was a Lariat XLT, half ton with towing mirrors. It's got an 8.8 rear end and a monster radiator under the hood.
And her name's Aggie. I love her.
Harley loves her.
First ride in Aggie. Is it supposed to do that?
Never say never, but I never wanna be standing in the driveway, middle of the night, making eyes with your taillights leaving. Wanna be the hand you can hold, dancing a slow songs on a wine drunk weekend, throwing up Hail Marys on a Friday night, baby. Every story's got an underdog against the odds, and I'm betting everything I got. Doubling down, willing to go around. Can't fight the feeling, it's breaking even just for
All right, everybody, here we are in a very familiar place for me, which is the cab of a Bullnose Ford pickup truck. I've had a lot of these over the years. Anyway, this truck is a conundrum to me. There are so many weird options all brought into one truck here. There are things missing that just doesn't make sense. Let's talk about it, huh? So F-150 XLT Lariat, you can fully expect to see that it has air conditioning, which it does. The radio has long since been missing, but it definitely had a radio in it from the factory because it has the antenna. XLT, as you can see there on the dash, it does have the display here, and it does work. It says that it is 5.5 and it's a 614. It is neither of those, but as you can see here, it actually, the buttons even work. Well, the buttons, there we go, 615. Across the top here, just about all the lights work, which is crazy. Light comes on and goes off because this is a fuel injected 302. And again, like we said, it's 78,127 miles. Of course, the parental switch there does not work. That is one of the things that we're going to talk about right there. As you can see, park, reverse, neutral, drive, second, and low. No overdrive, which seems weird to me for an F-150 done like this truck is. Full gauge package, which charge, temp, fuel level, and oil pressure, and everything does work. It is a dual tank truck, so front and rear fuel tanks. The rear fuel tank fuel pump is bad, so it does not work. AC vents in the dash, does have the wood grain dash, and as you can see here on the steering column, it is a cruise control truck. Cruise control absolutely works. This is, I would say, probably the very first Bullnose Ford I've ever driven that cruise control still works in. The door panels are actually in pretty decent shape. They could use some paint on them because, as you can see, they've faded. We got about 3 different shades of brown in here now, actually probably 4 or 5 different shades because of everything that's faded out on it. It does need a headliner, as most 80s Ford pickups truck do, and of course the interior center is gone. Real quick look behind the seat reveals that it does have a aftermarket rifle holder. Yes, you can put your rifle in those. The seat's in very good condition. And this is where it would have said Lariat. You can actually kind of see it there. It does have the lower door cards with the little pockets in them. So that leads me to the second option of this truck that really boggles my mind. It has towing mirrors. F-150, but it has towing mirrors. And those are factory Ford towing mirrors because it doesn't have a lower mount for the small mirror. I don't understand that. Truck was from Georgia, so all the paint's been burnt off of it, as you can see. Let's look under the hood here. The old guy that owned it looks like he had a little problem there and ran into something. We'll get that beat out because I'm not changing that hood. Looking under the hood, you can see the venerable 5-liter fuel injected V8. Everything under here is good and clean. AC does not work, but we will make it work. As far as options under the hood, it does have the light that goes around the back side. And it has this monster radiator in it. If I had to guess, I would say that this radiator's been replaced, but that is a monster radiator. This is why I think it's been replaced. Now the PO did tell us that he thought it may have been a 351 because they put a Jasper motor in it, but that seems like a stretch to me. It has been converted to R134A. It's got the bigger fittings on it, so that's good. But we'll have to get that all going through anyway. It's got a much bigger battery than what's usually in it. It does still have the factory battery hold downs and everything in it. I 100% want to make this thing work. I'm sure the bulbs, oh, it doesn't even have a bulb in it. I 100% want to make that work. So as far as the body of the truck, the only thing that we could find that really was the matter with it, it has this dent, and of course the dent in the hood. But other than that, this truck, body-wise, it's gorgeous. Still done in the factory two-tone. Did have full-length running boards on it. KJ's obviously got those taken off already. Looking underneath of it, got a mud dauber nest. This thing is gorgeous. It does have the Ford 8.8 rear end. Nothing super special there. Some type of aftermarket exhaust system. It does still have the catalytic converter on it though. And like I said, I 100% believe this is a C6 and not an OD. Of course, it's got some oil leaks on it. There's your secondary pump. So these had two pumps on them, a pump in the tank and a pump on the side of the frame rail. As you can see there, that's the frame rail pump. The dust shields on the brakes look absolutely 100% like new. This truck is beautiful. A true 78,000 mile survivor from 1986. This bed has no rust in it that I can find anywhere. I bet you wouldn't have any problems taking anything off of this. Everything's here like Ford meant it to be. The inside of the bed doesn't look like it's ever had anything in it. Electronic fuel injection. It does have the filler panel in the back. And watch this. That's right. Not a problem at all. Not a bit of rust in the gate. Those of you who like Bullnose Fords can totally appreciate how nice that tailgate just closed. So the question I leave you with is, did Kenny just buy the cleanest 1986 F-150 in all original condition here in southwestern Pennsylvania? I think he did. All those options just don't make sense to me. There's Aggie. She's hidden in there. Hold it. Go ahead and try it. Hold it. Do not have any spark. Hold it. Well, that didn't do it. Hold it. All right, everybody. Well, that escalated quickly. No spark, so we were going to try and change the distributor over into an HEI distributor, but being that this is EFI, I wasn't sure whether it would still fire the injectors or not, so we just grabbed the trailer and threw it up on the trailer. More to come on what we find with what's the matter with it. I think maybe the pickup coil is bad in the distributor, so we'll see. All right. There's Aggie on the trailer. Fits on there really nice. KJ and I are going to head off to the local scrapyard so we can see if we can find a set of swinging pedals for Aggie. Now we are at the scrapyard, and we did find what we were looking for, a set of swinging pedals for a Bullnose Ford. So now we got to get them out of here. Swinging pedals are gone. Have I had you sign a waiver recently, Brady?
No.
Been a while since you've been on YouTube.
Yeah, it really has been. Something like that. Alright. He's on. Roller down? Better down. Alright, put it down. Hold on, let me make sure that the torque converter's out. It's free. Let it go. That beautiful girl right now. We already got fluid. That's fine. Oh, look at that.
Alright everybody, so this is under the dash of Aggie. Swing and pedals have been removed from this truck. They would normally bolt in there. That is the backside of the master cylinder booster assembly. That is a hole that I just drilled into it. And that of course is the hole for the steering column. We do have a very special bracket that goes in here that up until today I thought was a myth. It strengthens this area so that the clutch doesn't terrorize the firewall. And that's it there. And I'm going to get this installed and we're going to get this all bolted back together. And then Aggie will have 3 pedals like a truck is supposed to have. Yes. So just to give you guys an idea of where I'm at and what's going on here, this is where I'm currently lying, waiting on the guys to come back with that clutch master cylinder and slave cylinder. But yeah, the old man can still get up in these spots. He's not happy about it, but he's up under here. Yeah, so Aggie broke, and all of a sudden KJ decided that it was time to make it 4-wheel drive. He was well on his way to getting all the parts and stuff to do that anyway, but here we are, making it 4-wheel drive, and a stick shift, by the way. A ZF5 out of a, I think it's out of an OBS or might be out of a brick nose. But he's got new clutch, flywheel, throwout bearing, bushing, all the good stuff will be going into it. So, all right, yeehaw, let's get this done. So here's the ZF that we were going to use. We picked this one up a while back. I was going to put it in the Bronco, but on the way over, the boys found some things that's going to stop us from using it. It's cracked across the top, and there's a healthy crack in the rear case as well. The decision is, do we just throw that in there like it is, see if it leaks, see if it holds up, or do we go looking for another ZF or an M50D or, I don't know, whatever else is out there that we could use. The fact is we currently have a truck without a front axle and a transmission. We got to get it put back together. So, all right, you guys can tune in next time and see what we've decided to do. Alright, so what you're looking at here are the different pedal arrangements that you can get in the Bullnose Fords. Starting with this left one, automatic transmission. This middle one, E3 with a manual clutch, so it actually has the clutch linkage down through the floor. And the biggest difference you can tell here is where that flag is at versus where that flag is at. because of how they work. And this particular set of swinging pedals is out of a 1984 with a hydraulic clutch. So hydraulic clutch, manual clutch, and automatic. Like I said, the flag here, this would be the manual, or I'm sorry, that's the hydraulic clutch, and that's the manual clutch. See how different they are, where they're located? And that's because this one pushes down through the floor, and this one pushes to the firewall. And that's what they look like all lined up. ZF5 has been installed. If you guys remember in the last video, we talked about how that thing was cracked. Well, we found a guy that was willing to weld it up for us, and he did get that done. And it is now in the truck. New clutch is installed. All that stuff seems to be good. The swinging pedals aren't working quite right. You can see here they're still unhooked. What I've got going on, the push rod's not pushing in. There's a lot of play. There's probably that much play in it, and I need to get that play out of it so that we can push in the clutch and get the clutch to release, disengage. The Dana 44 TTB is completely installed. The only thing left to do there is to install the calipers. Here's the two-wheel drive caliper. Two-wheel and four-wheel drive calipers are the same, but we found out in 1983 they changed the makeup of the calipers and how they go on the truck. So this is an 86. That axle was an 83. So the calipers that were on the truck will not work. We had to go get new calipers. There is a brand new starter for the standard. As anybody knows, these trucks, they do require a special starter. It's a shorter starter for the standard than the automatic. I will have to fabricate a cross member for the transmission. Tranny's got to come down a little bit from where it's at, and the cross member's got to move further back. All right, another project I'm working on for Aggie is we are doing some leather accents. What I have is a bunch of leather from a couch that we had for a very long time, but the frame of the couch had broken up, so it was junk, but the leather was in pretty good condition still. So I harvested the leather off of it. We skinned the couch, and here we are trying to get things worked out here. What I'm doing is I'm trying to get these sun visors recovered, and as easy as it seems, let me tell you, I'm having some problems. That's sun visor number 1. Sun visor number 2 is over there. We'll look at that one in a second. This is iteration number 1. And as you can see, KJ wanted the diamond stitch in the pattern. So I went ahead and put some scrim on the back of it and put the diamond stitch all on it. And this one I made too small. I couldn't get it to sew onto the sun visor itself. This one is iteration number 2, and I made it a little bigger, but I still didn't make it big enough. It didn't fit quite well either. Same thing, scrim on the back. And one of the things I want to show you, this line should intersect with the centers of these, but as you can tell, I did good on some of them, but some of them I missed. This one was all together off. So this is the latest iteration of it, and as you can see, I got that center line pretty close to being dead on. Right now it's kind of wrapped around the sun visor. But what I'm running into now is this little trim piece here has got to be put around it like this. And what I'm going to end up doing is gluing that on, and then I'll sew it on. Yeah, these aren't going to go to waste. I will use these on the door panels, probably on the armrests for the door panels. They need to be recovered as well. that this truck has given Kenny and I a run for our money. Boy, do we have some stories to tell you. And there she is, sitting back on all four. No lift has been done whatsoever. Factory four-wheel drive front springs, and the two-wheel drive rear end we have not touched. It is right where it was. In one of the early videos, you guys saw where this truck quit running on Kenny down there in Burgestown. Well, we figured out what that was. And what that was this goofy thing. That is the distributor out of this truck, and TFI 4 module mounted to the side of it. There you see Motorcraft. That is an original TFI 4 module. But down inside of here is a pickup coil. What that pickup coil does is it relates motion into a timing signal so that the TFI 4 module knows when to fire the coil, and we think it was bad. What we ended up doing was KJ took the distributor that's in there now, which is was out of my Bronco, or the engine that we put into Clifford, and it was an original TFI 4 distributor. So he took that, plugged it in, grounded it there on the engine, and spun it, and lo and behold, we had spark. So dropped it in there late last night, and it ran. That was awesome. So let's talk real quick about the conversion from C6 to ZF5. That right there is the front dry shaft for a 302 with an AOD. That's the front dry shaft for that. It's 37 inches long, fully expanded, and 34 inches long, just as you see it there, collapsed. It's too short. This is the original two-wheel drive shaft that we took out of the truck. And as you can see, there are pieces missing. Down here is the four-wheel drive shaft that we thought would work for this truck. But as you can see, it didn't. It was too long. You'll see down the side of here somewhere, U-joints galore. There it is. This is one of the ends I cut off, and let me show you why I cut this end off. I was putting this dry shaft together and put the U-joint in it, and the U-joint was a little bit tight, so I smacked it with a hammer, and when I did, it cracked, and I had to replace it. So we cut it off the dry shaft, I put another one on it, and that's what's on the truck right now. We're hoping that it's going to work. I'm not real sure, though. KJ's working on the fire. Hi, KJ. So this has a Borg Warner 1356 transfer case, and that transfer case doesn't have the hole in it for the speedometer. So we have to find a different transfer case so the speedometer will work. So right now the speedometer is not going to work. We were able to adjust the clutch and got the clutch working well. The funny thing about the clutch is it has absolutely no feel whatsoever. It's like stepping on a, I don't know, watermelon. Not even that. It doesn't even feel like a watermelon. It's just, there's nothing there. Absolutely nothing. But it does work good. I think KJ's going to put a dash pad in it here soon. At least I hope he is.
Yeah, starts with the key.
So yesterday when we were trying to mess around with it, it wouldn't start with the key anymore. Well, KJ got that solved as well. And the horn still doesn't work. We're not real sure why that is, but we'll get to it. Good running, cute little 302. All right, so the garage is now empty again. KJ and I have a 2-3 day cleanup job to do because this place is a mess. Aggie is now 4-wheel drive. What do you think of it, KJ? It actually 4-wheel drive works. We were up on the hill with it. He had it 70 mile an hour down the highway with no shimmies, even though I made the dry shaft. Say hi to the people, Harley.
Hi to the people.
Harley.
We're waiting on our food. We're sitting here and Aggie just all of a sudden says, well, I don't think I'm going to run for you anymore. And then we cycled the key a couple times and I can hear the fuel pump running under the floor, but it was just kind of like freewheeling. There was nothing there. Switched to the rear tank and then we can hear the fuel pump load now. Hear that?
Okay, stop. You're gonna flood the stupid thing.
Am I going to flood it? Think about this. Fuel injected.
Yeah.
Fuel injectors aren't firing. Not going to flood it. Not going to flood it.
Your driving has been a vote.
What's God got to do with it? I wish we could get our food. I think our food, nope, still not ready. Yeah, hopefully we got to go get some fuel in this thing. Hopefully KJ's got some money in his bank account because, well, you know how that goes. Yeah, this is the life of the Mongo's garage crew. Out and about, trying to have some fun, get some scrapping done, sitting here waiting on our food, and
The fuel pump shit's the
the fuel pump in the front tank dies. At least that's what we think happened. Aggie apparently doesn't like us anymore. Not that she ever liked us. The food's here.
I work with idiots. I apologize.
I'm gonna need keys. Let's get out of here and get some gas, huh? Well, here we are, sitting at the Advance in Wellsburg now. KJ ran inside to buy a front fuel pump for the truck. Luckily, he thinks they had one in stock, and I've got it up on a parking curb here, so give me a little bit more room up under the truck. KJ's gonna crawl under there and get it changed. This is, what are you gonna do? We actually went over and got gas in it. We put gas in the rear tank thinking that maybe we can make it run home on the rear tank, but it still continued to do it even on the rear tank. And now we're gonna try and get this thing. All right, let's see what happens here, huh? All right, there it is. It's running again. We changed that front fuel pump and it's fired right up and is now running. So we're going to try and make it home and see what that gets us. KJ's running back into the store to return parts. I'm going to get my face wiped off because I took a spray of gasoline to the face there. Aggie is running again. Let's see if she'll make it home for us. All right, so here we are on the way back home. Got Aggie running again. Seems to be running better than it ever has, at least while I've ever driven it. So possibly that fuel pump was going bad for a long time. Aggie did try to leave KJ stranded one other time when he was over in Boone. Now we are motoring right on down the road here. Seems to be doing good. It's like driving a go-kart compared to the Super Duty. It's definitely not a race truck with 308s in it. Here's an odd one. We actually got it in overdrive on a 2-lane road. Hey, can you see me? We're on our way to save KJ once again in Aggie. This time, apparently, there's an electrical problem. The positive battery cable is completely melted off of it. We're out here on 22, getting ready to dip down to 376.
Happy Happy Wednesday night. I broke down. I had to leave to come get him. I brought smoothies.
You didn't have to leave. You just chose to leave.
Because I'm the best in the whole world.
Well, stop doing that.
I look a bit melted down there.
Well, where?
You can't see it, but it's melted down there.
All right, see if you can separate it from the...
That might be a problem.
All right, so if you can see me and hear me, which I doubt you can do both, we got Aggie running again. So now we're going to try and drive it home. Wish us luck.
Never took a chance till you. Looking for a fallback, always on the wrong track, trying to find a way around the truth. Lost a lot of faith in finding my forever. Takes a lot from me.
Negative battery cable.
Say never, but I never wanna be
New
standing
positive battery cable.
middle of the night, making eyes with your taillights leaving. Wanna
All
be the
tied up,
hand you
nice
can
and neat.
hold, dancing a slow
And out of the way of the exhaust manifold, so it won't touch the exhaust manifold.
on the front.
Melting. Here's what happened. That's the original negative. As you can see, it had an unplanned thermal event that allowed it to melt away.
This is what was touching the block.
That was touching the block.
That was the major short.
And melted the ever-living...
See,
guts.
it's still good. It's just melted.
Yeah, it's still good.
Well, there's no cracks. There's no frays in it like this one is. It'll be it's fixed now.
So Aggie is all better. Oh, we also found the vacuum leak we were talking about earlier. And it is now connected to that hose. So much better, huh? All right, so now I'm going to look for the heater motor work again. Well, I'm out. Hopefully you are too. And if you've made it this far in the video, I thank you for all the watch time and for being a liker here at Mongo's Garage. If you're not yet, make sure you're subscribed. We'll see you all later. Mongo Man is out. Okay, what can you see in the video?
Everything.
How are you close
Fix
enough?
your shirt. You're
Am I crooked?
you're crooked.
Is that better? I'm a left-handed drinker. I'm glad I did that now beforehand. Are you ready?
It's filming.
My feet look okay? Do I look stupid?
I don't even see your feet. I only see your knees.
No, knees are good. We're whatever.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Welcome to Mongo's Masterpiece Theater. This evening. Cheryl, you're gonna have to wear a mask.
Hold on. Okay. Wait. Okay.
Good. I'll be drunk before this is over.
I won't look at you.
You gotta put a mask on so I can't see your face.
Don't look at me. Okay, wait.
Is the log of wood in the picture?
Yes. It's just my
Is the log of wood in the picture?
Yes.
Where am I at?
You're right in the center. Go.
I'm in the center of this.
Yes, you're good. Go. Actually, you're a little off the center, but oh well, go.
Are you videoing?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Welcome to Mongo's Masterpiece Theater. For this evening, I've compiled all the videos that we've done of Aggie, the 1986 F-150. Please sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Right now, we're going to do the after.